Hey, what is going on, Twintendo Nation? Hope you're having an awesome day. Now today we finally got a good look at Nintendo's new console, the Nintendo Switch. Now the console looks incredible, and although they didn't show off any new Pokémon games, we know that they are hard at work making some for us. But what games are they making? Well, unfortunately we don't really know the answer to that, but there are certain games I would love to see make it onto the Nintendo Switch eventually. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the top 5 Pokemon games I'd love to see on the Nintendo Switch. Now these aren't all games I think will be made for the console, but they are ones I'd personally just love to see. But only having my opinion isn't really enough, so today we have my good buddy FeintAttacks helping me out and offering some suggestions.
Hey guys, my name is FeintAttacks and I will be helping Twin today count down the top 5 games we would love to see for the Nintendo Switch.
But I also want to hear what you guys have to say, so question of the day to you guys is, what Pokemon games do you want to see on the Switch? Let me know in the comments below, and if you do enjoy the video, make sure to hit that like button down below and subscribe to stay up to date with everything Pokemon. Without further ado guys, let's start this video. Starting off this list is probably my favourite Pokemon franchise ever, even when considering the main series. This is the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon franchise. Now if you've ever played any of the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, then you know why they are so well loved among the Pokemon community. Even with a simple gameplay premise, fans have stayed loyal to the series for over a decade, and it would be no surprise to anyone if Spike Chunsoft made another installment of this beloved franchise. Now the reason I put this at number 5 on the list is because I'm quite skeptical on how the game would run on the Switch, as it's definitely a game that benefits from having the 2 screens of the Nintendo DS and the 3DS. I have no doubt a Mystery Dungeon game can be made using a single screen, as Pokemon Red Rescue Team on the Game Boy Advance only used a single screen. And we're definitely due a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game, as we've had one for every generation since the first was released back in 2005. So with the last one, Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, being released in 2015, we should expect another one sometime in 2018, as there's normally a 3-year wait. So if they are developing the next Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game for the Switch, and it has amazing characters and amazing storyline just like the previous ones, then no doubt it will be worth the wait.
So back in 2006 they released a Pokemon game called Battle Revolution. Think of it as an updated Pokemon Stadium. The purpose of the game was to win your way through the Colosseums, and as you progress you were able to rent stronger Pokemon, and while winning you can customize your trainer with Poke coupons for like different apparel and stuff like that. Now to me the game was a 5 out of 10, it was good but it wasn't anything amazing. Something I would love to see for the Switch would be a remake of this game, but in an open world, third person game. Still having the same concept of battling your way through Colosseums and such, but making it an open world game, much like Pokemon Colosseum. I feel like fans would prefer this kind of concept for a game, rather than just constant battle after battle. Being able to explore through different towns, talking to different NPCs and finding items for your Pokemon would be a much more satisfying feeling, rather than the old style Pokemon Battle Revolution. Definitely something to think about.
Coming in at number 3 on this list is a Pokemon franchise that hasn't had a new installment in over 11 years. This is the Pokemon Colosseum franchise. With only 2 games being released in this series, it is a great surprise to many that the Pokemon Company never made a follow-up to 2005's Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness game for the GameCube. The games were well received by critics and fans alike, as the games boasted battles in fully rendered 3D, an immersive story mode which also allowed you to link up your copies of Pokemon Ruby and Pokemon Sapphire and have full 3D battles using your Pokemon from those games. Even though Pokemon Sun and Moon now have 3D battles on the go, full HD Pokemon battles would still be well received by fans, and considering the fact that the Nintendo Switch supports Unreal Engine 4, we could see battles similar to the one Kryzen X made, which looks outstanding. And if you include an original storyline like Pokemon Colosseum and Gale of Darkness, then you'll have yourself an incredible Pokemon game on your hands.
So with the Switch, I feel like Nintendo's trying to bring a lot of people together, and one game that could really do this would be Poke Park. I would love to see it get a third in the series. Now this game is actually really fun to play. It's an open world game, and if it had a lot more updated graphics featuring Pokemon from Sun and Moon along with the Alola form Pokemon, I feel like playing it with friends would be a much more satisfying feeling. Playing along with a brand new storyline for Poke Park would be amazing, having online features and stuff like that so you could take on different game modes with friends as you battle each other would be an amazing thing to do for the Switch. I highly recommend checking it out if you guys have not played it already, as it truly is an amazing game. I would love to see it remastered with everything brand new, and it would make a perfect game for the Nintendo Switch.
Taking the number 1 spot on this list is easily the most ambitious game that we have to offer you guys today, but it's something fans have been asking for a long time, and now that we have a Nintendo console with the power of the Switch, it's finally a possibility of being made. This is an open world Pokemon game. Now, although Pokemon games have become more expansive in recent years, we still really haven't seen a true open world sandbox game. With RPGs becoming ever more popular in the last 10 years, open worlds are expected for fans to explore. This is even evident in recently announced Nintendo games, such as Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey, which was announced earlier today. They both have massive expansive worlds which players can explore to their heart's content. Now, since the Switch can support those two games and even big open world RPGs like Skyrim, I believe it's about time we get our first true open world Pokemon adventure. Just imagine how cool and immersive an open world Pokemon game would be. Instead of just travelling a route to get to the next town, you'd have to walk quite a distance, but there will also be like side quests and even maybe like a first person camera similar to games like Skyrim. And instead of encountering Pokemon in tall grass, you just encounter them throughout the world you visit, and it would actually be a more realistic take on Pokemon, and it would also be quite similar to the Pokemon anime, as it would take Ash and his friends quite a long time to reach certain towns. And you could find Pokemon anywhere in just any habitat. It wouldn't have to be in the grass, they could be in trees, the ocean, the sky. It would just be an incredible experience, and it's something, as I've said, Pokemon fans have been asking for a long time, and I think it's finally time we get this game. But what do you guys think? Would you buy any of these games, or do you have another suggestion for us? Let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We also did another video over on Feint's channel, which is the top 5 Alolan forms we wanted to see in Pokemon Sun and Moon, so make sure to go over to his channel and give it a watch. There will be a link in the description that will take you over there, and make sure you subscribe while you're there as well. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching, hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you on the next video. Peace!